Hi everyone, my name's Amanda Levesque, and I'm going to be sharing with you a short restorative yoga practice specifically designed for projectors to help us recover and replenish from burnout. We'll start right away on our stomachs for crocodile pose. Stack your forearms and rest your forehead on your stacked forearms. Let your feet be hips width distance. And start to feel the entire front body soften into the earth. So all the parts of the body that are held and activated throughout the day to meet the world can start the process of unwinding. Feeling the chest release. The forehead soften. The belly release any holding and all the organs falling to the earth. The front of the hips and the quads release holding. Whole front body melts like a puddle on the floor. Feeling how the breath simultaneously meets the ground and flows into the backspace. Letting the jaw unhinge. And perhaps repeating to the body that in this moment you are safe. It is safe to let go. It is safe to unwind. Next, we'll move into flapping fish. So you'll turn your left ear onto the ground and then externally rotate the right knee and pull it up towards the rib cage. And then you'll rotate and pivot your torso so that your right elbow is coming towards your right knee. Resting the left ear onto the ground. Nothing to do but to just be here in this restorative practice. You might let the eyes blink closed. Feeling the inner right thigh soften. Even imagining the inside of the left ear releasing and unwinding. Receiving support from the ground underneath. And in this restorative practice, we can even let our thoughts just be. So no need to try to control them or hold them down. Letting the thoughts move naturally. Knowing that you always have access to the present moment through the breath, through sensation, through sound. Giving your whole body this gift of rest. Of stillness, of presence. And finding your way back to center. And we'll switch sides. Bending the left knee up towards the rib cage, externally rotating that hip. And then pivoting the left elbow towards the left knee, resting the right ear either on the ground or on the bicep. Settling into the shape and then letting everything else unwind around that shape. You might even feel into the density of the bone structure. Imagine your skeleton lying on the ground. Then letting all the soft tissue around the skeleton release just even 10% more. Release any holding in the forehead, the muscles between the eyebrows. Letting the bones of the face soften from the inside out. Whole system restoring, replenishing. And finding your way back onto your belly. Push yourself up to tabletop. And coming to have a seat. We'll find seated butterfly. Soles of the feet together, knees extend open. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, slowly, slowly fold forward, finding the natural pause. And then listening to and honoring that pause without pushing into or pressing. Letting the head be heavy. The spine release with every breath. Feeling the muscles that become stagnant from sitting all day. Find a soft and subtle opening. Maybe the lower back finds a bit of release. Noticing how and where the body breathes. Oftentimes when the hips are tight, the jaw starts to clench, so checking in with the muscles of the face. Even the hands, notice if the hands are pulling or clenching. Let them be soft. Surrendering to wherever you are in this shape, in this moment. Letting yourself just be. And slowly push up, stacking the spine. Pausing for just a moment, letting the blood rush down from the head back into the torso. And we'll find our way all the way onto the back. Hug the knees into the chest. Just rock side to side, massaging out the lower back. Keep the right knee pulled in, extend the left leg long. Pull the knee across the body for a spinal twist. If it feels better to bend both knees and stack them, you can do that as well. Arms can come out to a T or placed anywhere else that feels intuitive. You can keep the gaze up or maybe over the right arm. Feeling an opening along the front of the chest and a nourishing twist along the entirety of the spine. The spine is a super highway of connectivity and communication in the body. Letting it be nourished through this posture, through this shape. Noticing how and where the breath moves. Letting every cell of the body just be. And coming back up through center, hugging both knees in for just a moment to reset the spine. Then we'll switch sides. Extend the right leg long, keep the left knee bent. Pull the knee across the body, extending the arms out in either direction. Maybe gazing over the left arm, maybe keeping the gaze up towards the ceiling or the sky. Settling into the shape and letting the shape work for you. Surrendering into the state of being and trusting that being will result in a magnetism where what we want is drawn to us. Feeling the compression of the organs, the weight of the bones. The movement of the breath. And notice what it's like to receive benefit and healing just from being. Release all trying, all doing. Release all holding and control of the thoughts. Letting the imagination become present as the brainwave frequencies slow down. Every breath, a deeper surrender into the shape, into the now. And slowly coming back to center. Hugging both knees into the chest one last time, taking a deep squeeze and compression. And then find your way to your final resting pose. Traditionally, it's taken on the back. You can also snuggle onto the side or onto the belly like we started class. The most important thing here is that you feel like you can rest and be still and feel safe in that. So you might want to grab a blanket, some pillows. In this shape, in this state of stillness, we let the natural brilliance of our nervous system start to take over and work its way towards replenishment and rejuvenation. And there's nothing to do but just receive that brilliance. As projectors, many of us are incredibly burnt out from the pace of our current day society. So these moments of stillness and pause are gifts to our nervous system and to our energy. Legs release. Feet flop open. Hips are heavy. organs let go. Chest melts. Shoulders, arms, and hands release. Neck and head, let go of any holding. The organ of the brain slows down in electricity. Backs of the eyes and inner ears release. Tongue falls into the floor of the mouth. Whole body, from the top of the head to the tips of the toes, continues to unwind and let go. And the brightness and the intelligence of the nervous system kicks in, replenishing tissues, restoring energy reserves. There's nothing to do but just hold space for this, to trust it. You are welcome to stay here in this delicious state of rest and replenishment for as long as you'd like after the video's done. If you'd like to be guided out, wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes. Maybe roll out the wrists and the ankles. Perhaps you find a long body stretch, reaching the arms over the head and the toes out long. And find your way up to a seated position, however you'd like. Taking your time at your own pace. Once you come to a seated position, rubbing the palms of the hands together, building some heat, and then placing the palms together in front of the heart, or maybe palms face down, stacked on the heart, wherever else feels good. Just taking a moment to keep the energy in the space of the body, to maybe spend a moment of gratitude for this brilliant system that's under the surface of the skin and carried beyond the skin in energetic form. And spending a moment to dedicate this practice of vitality and balance and harmony towards all living beings. And feeling this energy of inner harmony reflected in some way to our relationships in the outer world. That we wish for true peace and well-being towards the whole, the collective. Let's take one breath together. Exhale fully. Take a deep breath in and a breath out. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. I hope that you feel replenished and rejuvenated. If you enjoyed this practice and this video, I'll link a vinyasa flow underneath in the description that's intended for projectors to activate and spread their inner glow and become the invitation towards what they want. My name's Amanda. You can subscribe if you'd like more from me, and I'll see you in the next video.